Hey everyone, this is my death battle review. This time, Hercule versus Dan Hibiki. Now, Hercule is a Dragon Ball Z character, and he's survived every fight. I wonder how he will survive a death battle. Now, Dan Hibiki is from the Street Fighter. Yeah, he's the worst one ever. But I think his attacks are very weak. But who will win, Hercule or Dan Hibiki? Let's get to watch it. Alright, here we go. A new death battle.
A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Not thinking, yet not dreaming. Ready for whatever may come.
Bruce Lee said.
But some fighters are dumb enough to ignore the legendary Bruce Lee's words. Like Hercule Satan, the world martial arts champion.
And Dan Hibiki, the Psycho street fighter.
He's Brass and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a death battle. Here we go.
The Earth was in danger, the future of mankind threatened by a monster named Cell. All would be lost unless a hero could best him in the ring of champions.
The hope of the world lay on the shoulders and afro of one man,
Hercule Satan.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Officially, Mr. Satan is the world martial arts champion and chosen savior of humanity.
Right.
Or so he would have you believe.
Hey, if I could lie that well, I'd make everybody think I'm king of the world, too. Or even God.
But before he was the hero of the people,
right.
Mr. Satan went by...
Mark.
Mark sought to master the art of combat.
Young Mark honed his skills in the dojo Satan Castle, which sounds awesome. But sadly, no, he was not actually trained by the devil. I looked it up.
Turns out he was naturally gifted in martial arts, mostly due to his strangely good luck.
Yeah, like when he won his first world championship after his rival got food poisoning.
Right.
That's not suspicious at all.
Victory in hand, Mark took the stage name Mr. Satan in honor of his dojo and to sound better for the cameras. His victories and explosive personality quickly rocketed him to a life of wealth, fame, and luxury.
Which almost came to an end when he and his master got drunk and made fun of some random guy's ponytail. Turns out this random guy just so happened to be a superpowered immortal mercenary who then murdered his master. Remember, kids, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words should never be used against a tree-surfing murderer.
From that day forward, Mr. Satan swore he would never fight anyone whose identity was a secret or who seemed out of his league.
Okay.
Seemed to forget about that when Cell showed up. Anyway, somewhere along the line, Mr. Satan married a lady named Miguel, and after a round or two in the ovarian ring, had a daughter. Oh, and then his wife died.
Wow, come on, Boomstick, show some tact. Despite his grief, Mr. Satan never let his loss interrupt his lifestyle.
He filled the hole in his life the only way he knew how. With more martial arts, he mastered techniques like his dynamite kick and megaton punch, which sounds like they would make you explode or something epic like that.
Something like that.
Kicks and punches. He really only named them so he could scream awesome words while fighting. Hey, this is anime after all.
I feel more than a little underwhelmed by this guy right now.
Well, Mr. Satan's techniques were enough for him to legitimately win the 24th World Martial Arts Tournament, becoming the champion of the world and chosen savior to battle Cell. But we already know how that wins.
Ooh.
I could watch that over and over.
Boomstick, no!
In fact,
you made him feel
get away from me, bitch.
bad.
Mr. Satan actively avoids fighting those who clearly outclass him, mostly to save his own reputation.
The first time he saw people flying and shooting beams from their hands, he thought it was a bunch of cheap tricks and pyrotechnics. Even after seeing the most epic Kamehameha beam struggle of all time, he still denied everything.
Okay.
It's all a trick, I swear. Someday I'll bring it all to life. I will.
I can't believe that you're still saying that.
He does.
But just in case he finds himself in over his head, Mr. Satan is packing an assortment of capsules containing jetpacks, disguised explosives, and even missile launchers. Man, if those existed in real life, would be a TSA nightmare.
Yeah.
If there's anything he's good at, it's public performance. He often weasels his way out of dangerous scenarios with lame excuses like faking stomach aches, and somehow the entire world buys his crap every single time.
I did it!
Oh.
For years, I've been trying to perfect a variation of the Megaton punch that uses latent energy to cause a delayed reaction to catch my opponent off guard.
Okay, that was weird.
When in doubt, work the crowd. I love all of you.
Who are you talking to, Boostic?
Every single one of you. Like and subscribe.
Mr. Satan is a master of deception, an
Sorry,
excellent
Dad.
actor, and a complete fraud. Still, he is strong enough to rip 3 phone books in half and pull 4 buses by himself. And once he actually moved faster than the untrained eye can see, but forgot bullets move fast too.
Right.
Well, if I have to say something nice about the guy, at least he's not Yamcha.
Mr. Satan has won the World Martial Arts Tournament upwards of 26 times, although only one of them was legitimate.
Yeah, the other times he rigged it by having Mr. Boo kick everyone's ass and then lose to him on purpose.
Still, it's pretty impressive he managed to befriend one of the most dangerous and untamed monsters in the Dragon Ball universe.
Oh, and one time he convinced the whole world's population to stick their hands up in the air and then wave them around like they just don't care, but whatever.
Boomstick, that saved the world.
Did it?
Mr. Satan is motivated by 3 things: money, fame, and his daughter, who he seems to prize above all else.
He may be a bit of a con artist, but no matter what he's up against, Mr. Satan still finds a way to rise above his fears through his own bravery. Wait, did I just say bravery?
And fears,
I meant
too.
thick-headedness and straight-up stupidity.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Ouch, that's gonna hurt.
Oh, the pain. Oh.
Dan's next up.
Conceptualized in retaliation of SNK's blatant ripoff of Capcom's characters, Dan Hibiki was always meant to be a complete joke.
Why
Dan had
Dan?
no natural talent in fighting people, but his father, Go Hibiki, was a martial arts master with his own dojo.
One day, Go's dojo was visited by Sagat, an enforcer of the crime syndicate Shadowloo. As an advocate of justice, Go refused to be intimidated by the crime lord and stood up to him the only way he knew how.
By kicking his frigging eye out, then Sagat brutally beat him to death in front of his own son. That should teach you to mess with a 7-foot Muay Thai monster.
It didn't. Enraged and distraught, Dan swore he would avenge his father's death. To do so, he sought out a legendary dojo hidden in the wilderness of Japan.
This thing is more elusive than child support to my ex.
Right.
The more time we spend here, questions arise. Yeah. Like, who the hell's Dan?
I don't know.
Against all odds, Dan found it. He was trained by its master, Goken, the same mentor who taught Ryu and Ken such legendary techniques as the Hadoken and the Shoryuken. Dan began the difficult journey of mastering the use of ki as a weapon of justice.
Until Goku expelled him because he just sucked.
Well, technically it was because Goku didn't want his training only used for revenge, but let's face it, he knew he was wasting his time.
However, Dan's determination for vengeance continued. He took the little he had learned from Goku and ironically combined it with some Muay Thai.
This became his very own martial art, the Saikyo Ryu fighting style.
Unfortunately, while that sounds awesome, it didn't really
I'm
work
not
out.
sure.
Dan's fighting style is...
Tell me the truth.
It sucks. It's awful. There's absolutely nothing redeemable about it. I mean, he can use special moves like the Koryuken and the Dan Kugyaku.
Which are like the dollar store versions of awesome stuff, like the Shoryuken and Tetsu, whatever it's called.
Right.
Also, Dan Kugyaku, did he seriously name one of his moves after himself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty full of himself, which is why the Saikyo style's strongest technique is excessive taunting. He can taunt while jumping, somehow increasing his airtime.
Okay.
And by focusing all his energy at once, Dan can perform a taunt so fearsome it will shock and amaze all who witness it just by being the most worthless thing they've ever seen.
What is it?
This is the legendary taunt.
Here I come! Hola! What's the problem? You don't underestimate me. I'm awesome! Woohoo! Piece of cake!
That's embarrassing.
Dan can manifest his ki into a fireball projectile called the Godoken. In a way, the Godoken is symbolic of Dan himself.
Yeah, it's tiny, pathetic, and doesn't last very long.
Despite this, Dan eventually tracked down his father's killer and offered to make his left eye match his right. In turn, Sagat politely offered to reunite father and son. The long-awaited clash of fists began, a clash in which Dan was bent on retribution.
No way!
Oh shit, he won?
Yes, Dan finally achieved the recompense he had sought for so long and trained his entire life for, because Sagat threw the fight in pity. Completely unaware of his luck and now confident he was one of the strongest in the world, Dan founded his own dojo to unfortunately teach other people his worthless martial arts.
Thanks, Sagat. Not only have you killed this man's father, but you're ruining other kids' lives now, too.
Okay.
You'll be happy to know that not many students actually enrolled in his class, because he kept forgetting to pay his phone bill and did not include his dojo's address in his commercials.
Classic Dan. By the way, what's up with the pink gi?
Yeah.
Well, it was originally white, but then he accidentally washed it with color.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Making fun of Dan is fun and all, but let's be honest, he's not a complete pushover. He can take down multiple thugs at once, and even endured a beating from Ryu and Ken simultaneously. No matter how many times he falls, Dan will always get right back up.
And remember how Goken rejected him because of his thirst for vengeance?
Yes.
That's because Dan can actually tap into the Satsui no Hado, the evil, deadly energy that transformed Goken's brother Akuma into an island-smashing murderer.
We're not joking here. Once Dan did access his Satsui no Hado to use the dreaded Raging Demon, a move which obliterates the victim's soul.
Damn! If Dan can do it, I can do it. All right,
No, you can't.
Here it comes.
Told ya.
Shit! I fell on my keys.
But more often than not, Dan's a klutz whose overconfident taunting gets him into trouble. He is his own worst enemy.
But even after crying like a baby from stubbing his toe, Dan doesn't let any of it keep him down for long. After all,
why
who
not?
else will carry on the heroic legacy of Go Hibiki?
Not this person.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
Alright, let me have a think a moment while it's set up. I say Hercule Seisha is gonna win because Dan's fighting skills are definitely pathetic in this fight. Okay, let's get back to the action.